Heard, of course, of some damage, and some of the damage has been occurring as a result of tornadoes. A tornado touched down apparently in Terrell County, North Carolina, and there are reports of some trees being downed and some structural damage there. We're joined here in the forecast center by hurricane expert John Hope. John, let's take another look at that Doppler radar. I know there are some features there that you want to point out to us.
Dan, about 5 o'clock, the Hurricane Center declared that this was had made landfall near Cape Fear in North Carolina. But looking at this radar over the past few hours, we have a well-organized eye, and as you can see here very plainly, most of it is still offshore. We have the impression that it's nudged up along the coast a little bit. So we're faced with a situation here where all or most of this eye is going to be over water for a while longer, maybe quite a while, and that's going to allow the hurricane at least to maintain itself and keep up these very strong winds that have been reported.
My. Well, of course, the watches and warnings have been revised from the North Carolina-Virginia border northward, and we want to, well, before we actually take a look at the watches and warnings, we want to show the latest coordinates as of the 5 p.m. advisory here.
This is 5 p.m. We should have another advisory here. 6 p.m.
This has been updated.
So this has been updated. 15 miles south of Wilmington at that time. Still 115 miles an hour, moving towards the north at 8. But as you can see on the radar, there's a little bit of a suggestion, anyway, of an easterly nudge as well as some movement towards the north.
Well, we take a look at the revision in the watch area here. We have in the area north of the North Carolina-Virginia border tropical storm warnings in effect at this point.
They haven't changed, Dan. There were hurricane warnings there. They haven't changed to hurricane watch and tropical storm warnings.
So that change as of the 5 p.m. advisory.
Correct.
Well, let's take a look at the color-enhanced infrared satellite view, and one of the things notable here is that there is considerable convection still offshore in the Atlantic.
And you notice a lot of this precipitation coincides there where you see the red with the very area where we can see the eye on the radar. So it's getting a little bit better organized right around the center of the hurricane. I don't like that much.
I see. Well, I'm sure Bill Keneally and Jeff Morrow don't particularly like what they're experiencing now as they stand by at Nags Head and at Wrightsville Beach. Let's go first to you there, Bill. Find out what's happening where you are.
All right, Dan and John, thank you very much. Things are actually kind of settled out here right now. The wind is abating somewhat. I wouldn't call this an eye by any means, but the rain has let up considerably likewise. So we're in pretty good shape here. If you have to get out and about, do so now. And I say that for a reason, because there's a curfew being imposed here in Wilmington and also in the New Hanover County area in general. And that goes into effect at 8 o'clock, and that runs until 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. Another note to make, Dan, is that the Mayor Roberts, has met with the staff, including the public information officer. They met upstairs at the hotel here. They were just sent out. There's an entourage heading over to the beach right now, so they're going to go over the causeway, get onto the barrier island. Again, to emphasize, we're on the mainland side of Wrightsville Beach. They're going to go inspect the damage, come back, and then they'll give, hopefully, me a full report on what's going on. But we're in better shape. And as John talked to me a little while ago, the eye hopefully wobbling away, and if that's the case, hopefully things will get better with time. Now, where an area may not get better with time could be the Outer Banks area. And what do you say we get a report now from Jeff Morrow out there in Nags Head? Jeff?
All right, Bill. Well, actually, we've kind of gone to a little bit of a higher vantage point here. We went up onto the 4th floor of our motel to show you the surf a little bit better. We've been talking about it all day. And you can see just about how far out this surf is breaking. It's 200-300 yards out here. It has gotten bigger during the course of the day as Bonnie inches closer. Still, the eye still offshore there of Wilmington and Cape Fear. But again, the surf has been coming up, and way out on the horizon, we were amazed to see waves breaking out there. I don't know if we're going to try to zoom in out there, but there actually have been some big white areas out on the horizon, which means there are wave breaking over a mile offshore. So we have got some big swell out there, and that is about the only effects we have seen so far on the Outer Banks. As you can see, the beach behind me to the south, pretty much deserted. There's not a whole heck of a lot of traffic going on out there. Everybody pretty much has evacuated except for a few locals. We're hanging on here, and if I look at that radar correctly, it looks like it won't be too long before some rain bands start coming this far north. We'll keep you updated. Now let's go back to Dan.